So I just want to document this, not to post for a while, but I've been reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. First of all, it's Tuesday, April 28th. But I've been reading Beach Read by Emily Henry, and it has really, really just made me want to write. And I honestly haven't had the feeling of wanting to write in at least 2 years. Like, I've done some short story work in college classes, but I really just want to write a book again. So I want to vlog this and document it somehow until something happens. I don't want to post it because last time I posted something about writing, I stopped writing. But I want to keep documenting until something happens, whether that be a first draft is done, a second draft is done, until something happens that's viable and I don't know. The point is, anytime I've written, I have two work in progress. Both are YA stories. They feature the same characters, but I ended up changing the story to fit more for the second book, the second storyline more. But I have a completely different idea now. So today, I got this feeling last night, so I guess today is day one. I pulled out a notebook, and I'm going to do some character outlines. Kind of have an event in my life where this, that kind of is centered around everything that I want to write about, and a character, and I just haven't felt like this in so long. But I have to work today. I have to work for 4 hours. And then I think I'm just going to come home and kind of outline and maybe write. I don't really know how to outline. I've never been an outliner, but I want to really understand. So, yeah, I don't know how long this vlog's going to take. I'm honestly just going to store all these clips on my computer, and we're just going to see what happens and how long it takes. And oh my god, I'm excited to write again. It's later in the same day, and I haven't started writing yet. I've kind of just been thinking about how this is going to go down, because I'm not really an outliner or a planner in the writing sense. I like to just word vomit onto a manuscript. But basically, I've talked about it before. I'm a write what you know type of person. So what I'm doing is I'm taking an aspect of something that happened to me in my life, and like a series of events, and kind of building a story around that. So part of me trying to build that story is to understand the emotions and the perspective from the other person who's involved. And I haven't had contact with him in a couple of years, at least a year. So I got back in contact with him, and we're talking, and I told him, I said, this is like personally I want to know, but at the same time this is also for research. I'm asking questions to try and understand what was happening at the time, what his thoughts and feelings were at the time. And honestly, it's bringing up like a lot of emotions and a lot of memories, because when I thought about this idea last night, I kept going back and thinking about memories, because these events, it's been like 4 years since the events, and I don't know, I didn't expect it to be as emotional as it is. I'm honestly like shaking. Like, I was writing down some ideas for the story, started talking to him to try and get more of an input. Haven't started writing yet. I'm shaking. I probably shouldn't be having another coffee today. This is my second coffee, and it's probably not good since I'm shaking, but I don't know. I just didn't expect it to be so emotional. It's still the same day. I'm literally just dumping all this information on you guys on the first day of vlogging this, just because I'm getting into a new project. It's exciting. I haven't actually started writing yet, but I think I figured out what the fuck I'm doing. I have my two main characters. I don't have them fleshed out yet, but I have them. I was thinking about all the elements that I want, and my thought process here is I wrote down all these elements that I like, and I have to find something that works for me. So I really like the friends with benefits aspect of My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren, but I also really like the workplace romance and the enemies to lovers aspects of The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. And then I also really like the 9 Events Meeting in Maybe This Time by Casey West, which is YA, but it's the general meeting at events leading up to the end. And then I'm really, really liking Beach Read right now, which is like a competitors to lovers kind of situation, I think, by Emily Henry. And I want to find books with these elements and read them, and I think I found a couple that I'm going to be getting, hopefully, this week. And, you know, I wrote them all down, and then I wrote sort of a little synopsis, I guess. I don't know if you'd call this a synopsis, but it's a direction that I want to go in. Now I have to start writing. Like, where the fuck do I start? I don't know. I think now I'm ready to actually word vomit something for a first draft. Writing update day 2. It's April 29th. And I am at almost 2,200 words. And today I wrote 1,120. I'm aiming for 1,000 a day. So fingers crossed with I think an end goal of 75,000 words. Hey guys, so it is day 13 of the writing project, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I haven't written for the past 2 days, just because I kind of wanted to prioritize reading those 2 days. But today I'm going to try and write 1,000 words to make up for the 2 days that I lost. I've kind of gone down to writing 500 words a day just because I feel like that's as far as I can get before I'm like either not wanting to write anymore or I'm just running out of an idea for that scene, because I'm kind of just writing the scenes in my head in an order that I think they should go, and then I have to go back and I'm going to have to like put filler in between the scenes to make it like a story. I broke 7,000 words the other day. Today I'm hoping to break 8,000, and if I can stay on a consistent schedule then we'll just keep flowing with it. But I do also have very ambitious reading goals for May, so there's that too. I have prioritized reading a little bit more, which I'm not upset about. That's something that I wanted to do. So yeah, that's what's going on now. I'm writing my to-do list for the day so I can make sure I actually get things done, and hopefully I'll have an update soon. Hello. I cannot tell you the date that those clips were filmed. Just know that it is now easily a year and like 4 months later, and I don't know what happened. I can tell you that story that I was working on, peak pandemic time, I mean, the past 2 years has been peak pandemic, but that was like peak quarantine, everything shut down time. That story is still on my flash drive and hasn't been touched since April or May of 2020. But what I can tell you is that I have been writing a book since July 11th of 2021, and I'm almost done with it. This is my video to tell you guys that I'm writing a book, and for you guys to hold me accountable even though I'm almost done with it. I don't really know what this video is except just rambling about writing and shit. Because writing a book has always been a passion project of mine that I'm finally working on. I never had time for it when I was in high school or in college. I participated in NaNoWriMo before, but it has been easily 8 years since the last one I did when I say that. So this has always been like a passion project of mine, and I always said, I'd do it when I'm not in school anymore. And hey, not in school anymore. I haven't been in school for like a year and a half now, and it was finally time. Will is the same way. He had a book that he wrote a couple years ago that he hand wrote, and he needed to type it. So we finally looked at each other and said, we're going to hold each other accountable. So I've been writing since July 11th. Today is August 15th, so it's been just a little bit over a month. My plan is to have my first draft done by the end of August. So I'm on track to finish that, but we'll see. What can I tell you guys about this project? I can say that this is the first project that I actually outlined most of the story. And by outline, I mean I half outlined, half just started writing. What I decided to do was outline what I wanted to happen in each chapter. When I originally did my outline back in July, I ended up with 23 chapters, and I ended up with a dual timeline. So we have the past and we have the present. And then I just started writing. And as I was writing, as I got into it, I realized some things needed to be rearranged. So when I got to probably almost 20,000 words, I rewrote my outline, and I'm still using that current outline. I'm currently at 36,000 words, which is probably the most I've ever written for any project I've ever tried to do, which is fantastic. My goal is to get to 50,000. I think, you know, that's the NaNoWriMo goal. So that is my base goal, is to get to 50,000 words. I think what I'm going to end up doing, though, is trying to wrap it, like finish the whole book around like 65,000 words though. So currently I would like to have a first draft done by the end of August. And I guess what I'm saying by first draft is have 50,000 words by the end of August. That's what I'm on track to do. I'll actually probably have more than 50,000 by the end of August, but I won't have 65,000. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to have a month where I don't touch the project at all. That way I can step away from it and then come back with a refreshed mind. What else can I tell you about this project? I'll tell you the genre. It's most likely YA, borderline on new adult. It is a fantasy retelling, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be surprised that I'm writing a fantasy. I am surprised I'm writing a fantasy as well. It's very light fantasy. It's more retelling than fantasy. There is romance. So, yeah. I'm not going to tell you what it's a retelling of. I can say it is a fairy tale retelling, and I'm going to let you guys guess in the comments what it is. It is a project that I didn't know I was going to fall in love with as much as I have, and I'm really happy to be writing it. I've had such a fun time. I'm not going to lie, I've had those days where I just can't feel like writing. I've been stuck. I didn't write at all. I've had those days, but I've also had days where I've like written like 2,000 or 3,000 words all day, and I've surprised the hell out of myself. I don't have a title yet. I probably won't have a title for a while, but I am just loving what I'm doing with this book, and I can't believe that I'm writing it. And even though I'm almost done, putting this video out is a way for you guys to try and keep me accountable. Will is definitely going to keep me accountable because I live with him, and he always wants me to be writing and keep working on, like, he doesn't want me to give up, and that's really helpful. And I have written almost every single day. I did have a day last week that I didn't write, but that was because I had car problems, so that's why I didn't write it all that day. But yeah, I'm finally working on my passion project, and I am so happy. And because I've been working on this passion project so much, I haven't been reading as much. I'm still reading, just not nearly as much as I was before. My plan is to have more writing themed videos on this channel. I don't know when that's going to happen or how that's going to happen, but we're starting here. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support my channel in any way, please check out my Patreon. It is linked in the description below. Also, make sure you click subscribe, because now I'm going to be posting more writing content, hopefully, mixed in with my book content. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every week, so click subscribe so you can be updated when I post those. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! In the darkness, I don't feel so cold. The ashes fall like rain, and somehow we're okay. My story drifts between shadows.
small.